Welcome to the next tutorial in this series about where we're focusing on lava. As you can see, I've gone ahead and completed the task from the last tutorial, and I've copied these elements across, and as you will see, they all fit together quite nicely. If we wanted to do it, so make some smaller pieces like this, or even if we just wanted to create an even smaller pool like that, we would be able to do it. Okay, I've also copied over enhanced the cliffs with a colour now, so I match this environment, this dark environment. So and I've also retained the grayscale cliff faces as well. So essentially what I could have is a sort of positive green and happy friendly environment, and then I could have a dark and sinister looking one as well. So in this tutorial we're going to make some open corners, which are like these ones down here, and as we've already got the closed ones going across. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to our scene. Obviously it should look like this now. We're going to hide the corners, and what we're going to do is swap these around. Okay, so we're just going to bring those up, bring that across. We're going to hide our center tile, and what we're going to do is match these corners up. Okay, so create a new layer, and what we're going to do is just zoom in, and we are literally just going to get a pencil tool by pushing, you can select it there, or push B, push Alt to ensure you pick this sort of back colour, and we're going to just paint these in. If you push Alt, it allows us to pick the colour that we're looking at or hovered over on the screen, and this should be a relatively quick process. Okay, we might just go around and draw these in, just try and follow the natural flow. So if you can see an obvious sort of curve between them, then put that there. It's always nice to deviate as well slightly, just to make it a little bit more interesting. And then obviously we can add our corners in there, and fill that in, and fill that in, and you know, straight away we've got our sort of four landmarks in. Okay, really easy, really easy. So what we need to do now is start thinking about the lava and how that is going to fit in. So what we're going to do is hide these two, so just let them see where they are. We're going to take these two and move them up. I want to keep that and keep that. And what we want to do is reveal our tile, and we also want to position this so we can imagine that we actually have our tile sitting in. Okay, and again sort of tile that off so it connects up, and how this might work. Okay, as you can see, we may need to create additional pieces later on, should we have trouble fitting these together. And what we want to do in essence is connect these four up. Okay, so what we're going to do is right, yeah, so what we're going to do is select, but I'm just wondering, sorry, I'll just explain. I'm just wondering actually if the corners would be better made from half of this, and from this half it would actually go here, and actually have it extending out across a whole piece again for the corner. So in essence what we would have is two pieces like that, and actually have this stretching out across, which would be longer, and it would add another one of these to the piece, but it allows us to keep it uniformed. We'll see if it requires that later on. We'll do that, but for now we'll just stick with this. Okay, so I imagine it probably will, but we'll see if we can get it to work. So what we need to do now is just start to paint these parts together. So obviously we need to just find a line where that ends. Yeah, okay, so we're painting on the wrong tile, so we're just going to take this down one, and we're going to go back to our second layer, and we're going to start painting. Okay, so let's just bring these out. and there we go. And what we could do actually is create this going down to accommodate that additional side, but we can do that later on if we need to, but that's okay. So for now we're just going to, well, what I want to do is just get us used to stitching these together, actually painting these parts in. We can obviously introduce some of these maybe to bring out that curve. Let's actually bring out this, maybe attach it, maybe actually we could attach these two together, okay. And obviously we'd need a piece here then actually, yeah, to make sure that that fits, but what we could do for the time being is add this in and just sort of create, oh, wrong one, yeah, and what we'll do is we'll just bring this across and then we'll go back to our layer 2 and we're just going to paint on some little couple of bits here, couple of bits here, and the same process as we did in the first one. We just need to make sure that the colder parts are more red, obviously where the lava has started to cool down, where these dark bits of rock are floating on the water, not molten rock, and we're just going to paint around this one. You just have to sort of remember where these lines start and end, because obviously towards the end it's going to get very confusing, and obviously we can put some bits in there, and again, you know, we can put those in. Okay, so now what we should do is have it all matching up, and obviously we can bring that across, which it matches there, and it will be a case of just realigning these with an additional piece later on, but for now that's fine. So what we're going to do is just delete these extra two that we've created, bring our original one back to the middle. Let's bring this tile back down to where we were. Bring that tile down to the corner and unhide these two. And now what I want to do is repeat that process, okay. Obviously actually what we need to do is just quickly paint some red into these sections, okay, around that corner, and you know, we can just go ahead actually and do the same for these and keep that consistent. There we go. So what I want you to do now is go ahead, do the other corners, and I will see you in the next tutorial where we will just check to see how they work, and if not, we'll work out what pieces that we need to put together just to really ensure that that falls in line, okay. So